Yo, what is going on, guys? Chef Table back in the kitchen once again, and today another HelloFresh recipe. This is some honey glazed barbecue sausage skewers with some red peppers on there. You've got some nice paprika spiced wedges with cheese on the side, a little bit of coleslaw. Looking forward to this one. Before we get too far in, guys, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, and then why not turn on your post notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Right, guys, as always, you know how we do it on this channel. Step one every time. Continue step one throughout the whole process. It makes your meal so much better. Honestly, trust me. Let's go. So there we have it, step one complete. Continue step one. Let's get into this and show you how this meal comes together. Okay, so first things first, you want to preheat your oven to 200 degrees. Chop your potatoes into 2 centimeter wide wedges. You don't need to peel them. Put the wedges in a large bowl and then drizzle with oil, paprika, salt and pepper. Give them a good shaking up, and then it's time to transfer them to your oven tray. Okay, the wedges are all nicely covered in their beautiful spices and seasoning. So I have lined a oven tray with foil and I'm going to spread them out. If you don't have a big enough oven tray, I suggest using 2, because you want the wedges spread out as much as possible. They will cook much more evenly then. These are then just going to go in your preheated oven for 30 to 35 minutes until golden brown, but you'll turn them halfway through. I'll show you that step when I do it a bit further on into the video. Moving swiftly on, it's now time to prep the veg, which will be your red bell peppers, your spring onions, and your garlic cloves. So half your pepper, take out the seeds and the stem, trim off any of those nasty little white bits in the middle, cut them into, I've gone for squarish type shapes because they're going to be fed onto a skewer. So that's what I'm going to do with the peppers. Put them in a bowl to one side, move on to your spring onion. This you want to top and tail, just a little bit off the bottom, a little bit off the top. As you can see in the clip in just a moment, you could see it's a little bit of dirt on my spring onion. I forgot to wash it, so I took it back, give it a good swilling under the tap. This is something that you should always do. Wash your veg. Even if you buy like bags of salad, it says pre-washed. Give it a good swill, it's fine. So chop that up, chop your spring onion into finely chopped little slices, and then your garlic, you want to top and tail both ends off, peel it, put it in a bit of foil, drizzle with olive oil and wrap it in some foil. You're then going to put those garlic cloves on the same tray or in the oven with your wedges and leave them in there for 10 to 15 minutes. That way they'll be lovely and soft and you can just mush them, and they're going to go into the coleslaw a little bit later on. Okay. And this is the lovely miniature 30-gram block of cheese that come with the HelloFresh recipe. I was thinking when I first grated this, I'm going to want way more cheese on my wedges, but it turns out once the whole dish was complete, this was plenty. So you can always add more cheese if you want, it's entirely up to you. I thought I was going to have to, but it was actually okay. So just roughly grate that, the rough side of the grater, the coarse side, that's all you need to do, and then put it to one side. That is all the veg prepped. It's time to move on to those beautiful honey mustard pork sausages. Always make sure, wash your hands after you have touched raw meat, very important. So you want to cut these into, try and get like 4 pieces out of each sausage, that's what I went for. Then you want to add them to a bowl with the peppers that you've just cut. Add in the rest of your paprika that come with the recipe, and then 1 sachet of your barbecue sauce. Season to taste with salt and pepper always, and then we're going to move on. Right, so the sausage and peppers are marinating in their sauce, and it's come to that time where you've got to just check on your wedges. It's halfway through, so I've flipped them all over. I would advise using a spoon or a spatula to flip them. I'm using my fingers, not the brightest idea, but it was quick. And then we're going to move on. It's time to put the sausage and the peppers onto a skewer. Okay, lovely little tip for you if you're using these wooden skewers like I am. About 10-15 minutes before you come to use them, leave them in a bowl of cold water. The skewers will then soak up some of that water, so when you put them in a hot oven they will not burn. Really useful. So now what you want to do is spread out evenly your peppers and your sausage onto the skewers. Just slide them on, and then they are going to go onto a lined baking tray, and you're going to cook them for 20 to 25 minutes. You'll know they're cooked because the sausage will not be pink in the middle. And make sure, again, because you've touched raw meat, make sure to wash your hands after before touching anything else. So the skewers are ready to go in the oven now, and this is a good time to take out your foil with the garlic in. Put that to one side, unwrap it, let it cool down, then put some the grated cheese over the top of your wedges. Close the oven, and then just let everything do its thing. Concentrate on the coleslaw, which will be in your next step, and then we'll be plating up. Okay, now everything is in the oven, the garlic is out of the oven. It's time to prepare that lovely coleslaw. So you get a bag that is already pre-shredded. You will pour that into a bowl with your mayonnaise. Get your garlic out of the foil, use the back side of a fork and just mush the garlic. It should go into a lovely little paste. Add that in as well, all in a bowl together. Give it a good stir around, and that is your coleslaw. Beautifully done. Add some salt and pepper to taste at the end, and then you're good to go. We have made it. It is time to plate up this beautiful dish. This is a meal for 2 people as always, so I've got 2 plates. You're going to see me plate up 1. So a nice dollop of your coleslaw, and then 2 skewers or kebabs onto your plate, then a good portion of your wedgies. Finish off with a sprinkling of that spring onion that you diced earlier, and you're good to go. Beautiful meal. I've got to say, this has been one of my favorites so far. Really simple, very tasty. And the second plate that I mentioned earlier, it just so happened I had a visitor at the time, and that person rated it without me asking them to. They gave it a 10 out of 10. Very generous indeed. They said the flavors were fantastic, that it was absolutely beautiful dish. I agree, but not with a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go for an 8. I would have added a little bit more cheese and possibly more paprika for the dish, because you had to split half between your wedges and half for your sausage. I maybe would have added a little bit more, but I followed the recipe just so it was fair. But I'm going to give it an 8. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.